Thanks for joining us, and today we're going to talk all about grading coins and certification. Hello, I'm Brett Elliott, and I'm sitting here today with Mike Garofalo.
Hi, Brett. I'm Mike Garofalo. I've been a coin dealer for more than 40 years, and I recently wrote a book on the secrets of the coin and bullion business.
So, a couple of things that we should probably cover beforehand are what are the differences between these and why do people choose to get coins graded?
Let me start with the second part. Why do people want to get coins graded? There's a litany of reasons for that, but probably the most important reason is the coins are very saleable afterwards. Why? Because there's no long discussion about the grading of the coin. You know the coin's grade as long as the coin has been graded by either PCGS or NGC, two independent third-party grading services that every dealer not only in the country but around the world recognizes as experts. They've graded tens of millions of coins each service has, and they have a standard that they uphold. You don't send a coin into PCGS or NGC and one person looks at it and says, this is what it is. No, the coins are all graded by consensus. Mm-hmm. A minimum of two graders have to agree on the grade of the coin, and if they can't agree on the grade, then a finalizer is brought in to help make that final determination. As you know, the grade of a coin is really the strongest factor in determining a coin's value. So the reason people do it is that they want to know what their coins are worth and what their actual state of preservation is. The one other issue, too, is, as I mentioned, it makes it much easier when the time comes to sell. Mm-hmm. You know what the coin is worth. Now, but all grading services are not created equal. There's a real alphabet soup of different companies that have names that sound like PCGS or NGC. Don't be fooled. PCGS is the Professional Coin Grading Service. They're out of California. NGC is Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and they're from Florida. If it doesn't say either of those names on it, do not buy the coin as a certified coin. As I said, there are lots of other grading companies out there, but neither of them has the reliability that PCGS and NGC graded coins do.
And not only that, but there are plenty of different types of coins out there, but we have an example here of a bullion coin. We got a graded eagle in here, and then we also have a certified, I believe it's a Morgan dollar. Yes, so this one's the Morgan dollar. So we do have a certified Morgan dollar here as well, and so you can get vintage coins and you can get bullion coins graded. And that's done with the Sheldon grading scale, correct?
Right, that's correct. Both grading services use it, and their grading is pretty similar. You may look at an MS65 in a PCGS holder, and it may be very high-end for that grade. But remember, coins are not graded by computers. They're graded by people. Mm-hmm. And grading is an art, not a science. It is somewhat subjective. But what you're paying for are world-class experts to grade these coins for you. If you sit in a room for 8 hours a day and all you do is grade coins, you either get really good at it or you never want to look at a coin again. It's one or the other. And that's really what happens here. The graders are some of the best graders in the world. They've seen hundreds of thousands, millions of coins in their careers. And they know how to grade coins. They know what to expect. And they know what's unusual, too. Remember, they're not just putting a grade on the coin. Before they do that, they authenticate the coin to make sure that it's genuine. And then they look at the coin and they really study it to make sure the coin hasn't been cleaned or impaired in any way.
So if someone does want to grade a coin, They could send it to either NGC or PCGS, but how would they go about doing this? What would you recommend?
Well, you can do it directly yourself, but you have to join the collectors club that each one of these companies has. And the costs are between $150 and $250 annually. It lets you grade so many coins through them. Now, you're not getting the coins graded for free. You're also paying that fee each time too. But you can send in coins for that year of your membership. So if it's a one-shot thing, you could do it. But I generally tend to recommend to people what's a better and safer process is to bring it to a reliable, experienced dealer. Because the dealer will look at the coin and say, well, this coin shouldn't be graded for this reason. It may have some damage to it that you haven't seen.
Save you some money.
Right, it will save you some money. Or they may also say to you, well, this coin, if it's certified and comes back at the grade we think it's going to be worth $50 in a certified holder. And if it's a raw coin, an uncertified coin, it's worth $40. So is it worth spending $25 to $50 to get a $10 bump up in price? Probably not, unless you're thinking of selling. You know, if you're an older person and you've amassed a collection over a long time, then you might want to do that to make it easier for your heirs, because PCGS and NGC authorized dealers, people like APMEX, get phone calls all the time, and somebody will say, I have an 1880s Morgan dollar and a PCGS holder, and it's graded MS64. What would you pay for it? And the numismatist here can offer a price without even seeing the coin. So that's one of the big advantages, is that there's no argument over the grade of the coin, and you can get a price really even on a sight unseen basis. And generally, if most dealers get to see the coin beforehand, they'll even offer a little bit more, simply because they can see the coin and they know how well or it will or won't fit into
They can
their
make
inventory.
a better judgment call, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Makes perfect sense. And now, speaking of judgment calls, if we've got a lot of questions come to us, as I'm sure you can imagine, and one of them that has cropped up more than once is about cracking these out of their holders. Let's talk about why that's not a great idea.
Well, it's not a great idea for a couple of reasons. First of all, how are you getting this coin out of a holder? Are you going to hit the top of it with a hammer? Are you going to use a pair of pliers? I know somebody who uses a saw, and they cut the tops off, and then they have to peel the holder apart. However you do it, there's always a risk of damaging the coin. I've seen more than 100 coins in my career where the coins acquired some damage when somebody cracked the coin up but didn't do a great job of it. The second reason why it's not a good idea is you also void the warranty. PCGS and NGC both will warrant that these coins are genuine, authentic coins and haven't been damaged or cleaned in any way. They offer that warranty as long as the coins remain in those sonically sealed holders and they're not tampered with. So there's some advantages. Now, everybody hears stories about, gee, I cracked this MS64 gold coin out of its holder, sent it to the other grading service, it came back as 65. Oh, I made thousands of dollars. That's true, it does happen. But what you don't hear about is, yeah, I cracked it out of its 64 holder and it came back as a 63. Or I've sent it in 5 times and each time it comes back as a 64. You can go through a lot of money that way. You can go through a lot of time and effort that way too. And you still may not accomplish what your intention was. If cracking coins out of their holders was the easiest thing in the world to do and make money at it, everybody be doing it. The people who do it and are successful at it, they're very few in number.
A little bit like gambling.
It is. It's cheaper to buy a lottery ticket than it is to do this and be successful at it. The odds are about the same, about 1 in 4 million, I think, is the lottery's odds. And this is, your odds might be slightly better here, but again, it's a risky thing to do unless you've had a lot of experience doing it. And if you're determined to do it on a nice and expensive coin, buy a couple of cheap coins in the same holders, practice on those. before you take a hammer to a coin that now has some real value.
So let's recap real quick because we kind of covered a lot. You can have bullion or numismatic coins graded by either PCGS or NGC. Once these are in their sonically sealed holders, you don't want to crack them out. And generally speaking, you can trust the grading services that they got it right.
Right. And again, too, you can do this on your own, but I really suggest going to a knowledgeable dealer who's going to help you and is going to save money. And if you're looking to certify these coins in order to sell them, he may have a check ready for you as well, too. So there's a lot of advantages, but certified coins have really changed the industry.
That they have. Well, I think that's all we have for our audience today. Thanks for joining us, Mike, and thank you for sticking around with us and watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with a friend.